So, Peach Patch, earlier when I was live, everybody kept asking me, how do I feel about women giving their kids up to CPS? And I said, if you feel like you can't do it no more, go ahead, give them to CPS so you won't harm them. I had no clue that it was a video of a mom doing just that, like giving the kids up. And my opinion still stays the same. Y'all have to realize, for a lot of us, times are completely different. Like growing up, bring it back to me. Growing up, my mama them had a village with us. My great grandma Merle had 20, 30 kids at her house at one time. Like that was normal to drop 20 kids off to one lady and not get her no money, no food, no nothing. And that was normal. My mama friends didn't want to go out. They'd be like, take your kid to my grandma's house. Like the village was so strong back then. Even if it was a burden to my grandma, she still wasn't going to let nothing happen to us. She still tried to feed us. Fast forward today, it is hard to get help for some of us, not all. Some of you guys are blessed with a great village, but it does take a village to raise a child. There are women out here that are tired. The baby daddy's not helping. Their family isn't helping, and it's just them. What do they do to prevent them from harming their own children? Get rid of them. That's how I feel. Get rid of them. Give them to somebody who can get them. Now, before you get to this point, it would be better to be proactive and build a village. You guys have to learn how to build a village outside of your family. My family don't help me with shit. I got my children in daycare, which I pay for out of my own pocket. That's my village. After school program, that's my village. Going to regular school, that is my village. I had to learn how to be a mature adult and process my feelings while my children are away at school. Chase my dreams while my children are away at school, daycare, after school. Once they come home, I no longer matter. My children do. And it sucks because I didn't witness my parents this way. My daddy got 20-something plus children. He did whatever the fuck he wanted to do. My mama had 3 kids by 3 different men, and she had a lot of support. Could leave me at my grandma Murrah house, could take us to grandma Johnny house, could spend the night with friends. She had so much support. She could do whatever the fuck she wanted to do. She was not tied down to her kids, just like many moms in the 80s and 90s. They were not tied down to their children. What you guys have to realize is, one, this is what made me get over the fact that I don't have a village built into my family. Them hoes didn't raise us. I have said this many times. My mama didn't raise me. Being that my mama didn't raise me, how can I expect her to be my village and help raise my children, especially for free, just because she loves them and their family? No, it don't exist. Instead of getting mad, let me build my own village outside of this. But if you feel like you can't build your own village and you overwhelmed and you just done, nobody won't get them anyways. Do what you have to do to keep your children alive. If that means you got to give them away to Child Protective Services, and I'm going to pray for your kids, and you going to pray for your kids that God cover them, then you go do that. Don't let nobody else make you feel bad. I have a story. This girl from Tampa, her daughter had autism, and she kept asking for help. Like, she had even asked me, reached out to me for advice. I gave her some. Then one night she reached out to me, and I gave her some advice, and then she reached out to me again, and I was like, hey, I'm driving. I'm going to hit you back up later. Did not hit her back. She drowned her baby in the Hillsborough River here in Tampa, Florida. She did not have no help. She was reaching out to her baby daddy, to her family. Nobody was coming to help her. Everybody was just judging her. And as soon as something happened to the kids, people like, oh, I would have helped. Want to do the crybaby shit. When we as mothers are going through it and they see us going through it, they don't step in to help. So if you feel like you tired and you overwhelmed and you don't have a village, do whatever you got to do to keep your children alive and not go to prison. And then, you know, you can probably reunify with your kids. You could probably go ahead and get the psych evaluations and start speaking to your therapist and build the village. CPS will help you build the village. I always tell y'all, call CPS on yourselves. If y'all feel like y'all overwhelmed and y'all need some help with childcare, call CPS and tell them, hey, I'm about to get these kids away. I'm about to leave them home because I don't have help. I'm losing my fucking mind here. I need resources. They will give you resources for free before you even get to the point where it's just like, fuck these kids, I'm giving them away. And I have personally felt like that way. Y'all seen me. I took a 3-day vacation. My husband is my village, but sometimes he my village involuntarily. You getting your kids. These your kids. I didn't make them by myself. But what if Wood was to say, man, fuck you and these kids? Then what? So like I said, you build your villages in advance. Be proactive so you won't be reactive to the point where you just like forget this and just get these kids up. But if that is your case, I'm not going to judge you. I'm happy that your children are still alive. They just said in Tampa, this girl in Bama Heights harmed her kids, unalived her kids. I don't know how true that is because I didn't look into it, but that was supposed to be yesterday, you know? So you just got to do whatever you need to do for your own mental health. Fuck what the world says. If you're feeling overwhelmed, call CPS on yourself and get the resources that you need to get help with your children. Go to the YMCA. Utilize stay and play for them 2 hours. Get your head in the game. Speak to some life coaches. Speak to people that have been in your shoes that can kind of give you guidance. Also, get your kids on a schedule. Getting my kids on a schedule is one of the best things that I have ever done. Coming from where I come from, that's not normal, like to see women with multiple kids and they're on a strict schedule, but you got to. You got to get your kids on the schedule. Your house got to shut down. Like I say, my house shut down at 9. 9 o'clock, the kitchen is closed. That gives me the opportunity to clean up. That gives me the opportunity to be alone with my husband. But for all of the moms out there that's overwhelmed and, you know, you feeling like enough is enough, you don't want to be a mom anymore, please know that that's a normal feeling. Don't act on that feeling at first. Try to utilize your resources. But if you feel like you just can't do it, the mental health isn't here, do what you have to do to keep your children alive, okay? You can always get them back.